Doing some maintenance on my Jeep XJ today, and one of the things that has been plaguing me is the cruise control on this. Not that the cruise doesn't work. When I can get it to work, it works great. So the issues that I've been experiencing with my cruise control since I bought this come with the switches that you find on the steering wheel. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a 1998 Jeep Cherokee Classic. It has tilt, cruise, electric door locks, electric windows. It's outfitted pretty good. Even has a tape player. Ooh, look at that. But here on the steering column, you got two switches for the cruise control. On the left-hand side is your on-off switch. This arms the cruise control. And when you get your vehicle to the desired speed, you set it by pressing this button. And then over here, you've got the resume Excel button. And this will, every time you push it, will go up a mile an hour or two. Coast will bring the speed down to, like say you're going 70, you want to bring it down to 50, you push this button. When you get to 50, you let go and your cruise is set at 50. This cancels your selection without turning the cruise control off. So that if you come into a like a reduced speed zone or a construction zone, you hit this, turn the cruise off, get through it, and you can hit Excel again, and you're back up to your preset speed. This switch works good. In fact, you can hear the pressure switch inside there. All right? And over on this side, not so much. You can hear the click on the on-off, but when you push the set button, no click. Maybe you're experiencing the same issue that I'm experiencing, but in my case, to set my cruise control, I have to be very deliberate and push the on-off button with purpose, meaning I have to apply an exorbitant amount of pressure until the light comes on up here. There's a light that comes on, says cruise, and then the set, I have to find the sweet spot, and I have to apply copious amounts of pressure. And when it activates, you can feel it in the gas pedal. It actually climbing out like a mile an hour from where you set it. So if I set the cruise at 50 and I press set and get it to engage, it will speed up to 51 and then slowly come back down to 50. These switches, they're hard to come by. This steering wheel arrangement came in the 1997 model year and went from 97 to 01. And cruise control was an option that you could not select if you were ordering this vehicle. Many of the Cherokee Sports didn't come with cruise control or electric door locks or electric windows. They came with manual crank windows and no cruise, and you had to use your fingers to unlock the doors. So these switches are getting harder and harder to come by. If you're a regular visitor to your local wrecking yard, maybe you've noticed too that there's a considerable lack of inventory in the Jeep Cherokee selection. So these switches are getting hard to find. You can buy them on the internet, and you're probably going to pay, I think you can find new old stock for $100. I think the last time I priced these, they were over $100 for the switches. And that would include the surround and everything. It was just the whole module comes out. And that was over $100. You can buy them in the used market for I think around 50 or 60 bucks. Still, that's an awful lot of money for just a switch, and I've been putting it off and just waiting, hoping I could find one at the junkyard. And recently, I scored. Kinda. Here's the problem. This vehicle is 22 years old. This piece of plastic is 22 years old. The plastic's pretty brittle. And if you apply too much pressure to this piece of plastic, it's going to break. Now, I found a switch that had the mounting tab broke, but this was still intact. By the time I got it home, it had broken in half. Well, being the cheapskate that I am, I'm always looking for a way to not spend $1 if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I've disassembled the switch so I know how it's constructed, and I'll bring you inside and show you. But I'm going to attempt to retrofit the old pressure switch into this housing. All right, so this screw is designed to hold the back of the steering wheel cover on, and it also goes through the one of the mounting brackets for this piece, and then the airbag kind of captures the rest of it. So the airbag helps hold these pieces in. So in order to get this piece out without, putting too much stress on it, you got to take the screws out of the back here. It's these dogs right here, 8mm socket. Hold one on both sides of the steering wheel, and then very carefully remove the airbag. Not totally, don't unplug it. If you do want to unplug it, make sure you disconnect the battery and touch the positive negative battery terminals together to discharge any residual energy in the vehicle, and then carefully unplug this. I'm not going to do that because I don't think I have to. Maybe. So you can see in my switch there was a leg right here that went underneath here, and then that screw goes through the back and into the aluminum part of the steering wheel. So to take this switch off, I got to depress this little tab carefully and push the unit out, push the connector out. I think I got it started. There we go. There we go. Now I need to pull this apart without breaking it. That might be difficult to do, but I'm going to give it a try. There's my switch, and like I said, there's a mounting leg that goes on here, and that's probably snapped off yours as well. With mine, I already threw this part of the switch away, but that's what happened. It broke off right here. So if I turn this switch over, I can see where the pivot is for this rocker. Is this the right one? Yep. And if I get behind here ever so carefully, I can push. Maybe I can. There we go. There, push that off. Ooh, this one's a little bit different. Let me see. That's the pressure switch on the inside. Well, there's one issue right there. There's a crack right here. You can see that? I don't know if you can see that or not, just raising up. There's a lip right there. Looks like I tried to glue it once. I'm probably going to have to plastic weld that. See, the problem is it's not really a problem, but there's 3 lugs here where this is friction welded. There's a couple, I don't know if you can see this in the back here, there's some raised plastic pins, and those are either heat bonded or friction welded to this piece of plastic. So you have to take a Dremel and grind these nubs down, and then put the new pressure switch in, and either plastic weld it or super glue it in place and hope it holds. It clicks, but not. Yeah, I'm going to replace it. Let me get my Dremel. My Dremel with a little burr on the end of it. Gonna grind these off. Oh, that's what was wrong. I don't know if you saw these things pop out when the cap came out, but there was these little things. That's your contact right there, and you push down, it's domed, and when you push down on this, it flattens out and completes the circuit on the little pad in here, and there was one extra. So I wonder if maybe they didn't inadvertently put two on that, which made it more difficult. The center one is there's no button there, so it's just nothing. So this is the old one. I'll set that over here. This is the new switch. Let's see if it fits. Biggest issue is this crack right here. So I'm going to attempt to plastic weld that. It looks like I tried to glue it at one point, but it didn't hold. So I'm going to plastic weld it, which means I'm going to pull this back apart. All right, what I'm using for a plastic welder is a soldering iron. This one's a Weller 40 watt. And my filler rod is a black zip tie. I spare no expense. Okay, where are we? Right there. Oh, that smells so good. Now we'll get the switch and I'll see about welding that in place. I thought I had some super glue, but apparently I don't. Let that cool because it's freaking hot. Definitely better. So I guess I'll just reinstall this and see how it works. It appears that perhaps the pressure switch wasn't bad at all. It's just that the plastic was cracked and was allowing enough flex that it was pushing out of this indention, and it just required a little more pressure to activate the set switch. But now it's active. Now it's clicking like it should. I'll keep these other parts laying around. Actually, I'm going to replace this one because this one's cracked. I'm going to put the old one back in. I'll keep that pressure switch, put it in a Ziploc, and put it in inventory if this ever goes bad again. I'll keep my eyes open for some new old junkyard stock. Let's put it in the Jeep and see if it works. Alright, test drive. Let's see. Look right next there to the low washer. Oh, look at that. See? Cruise. Right there. See? Simple, light little push. Awesome. Cruise control engaged. Just a light little push on the set button. And the buttons on the right hand side of the steering wheel have always worked fine. So I'm not even going to mess with those. Okay. Well, I'll see you when I get back home. Well, there you have it. If anything else, that's what the cruise control arm switch looks like on a 98 Jeep Cherokee Classic. So if you're experiencing difficulties getting your cruise control to engage and set, take that switch out, inspect it, and see if it's cracked. If it is, well, you can do what I did and jerry-rig it, or maybe super glue it, or I don't know, find some way to fix that crack. And then put everything back together and see if that fixes it. If not, inspect the switch. The switch might be cracked. You might have been pushing on that thing so hard that you actually broke the pressure switch. So that's all I got for today. I hope you learned something. I hope you found it entertaining and informative. If you did, smash the like button, share it with the vast social media network. Click the subscribe button and the bell icon, that way you get notified of future uploads. Comment in the comment section. If nothing else, just to say hi. And if you want to support the channel, check the links in the description. There's a few ways you can do that. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.